Hi, I'm Juliana. I'm the founder of Prana Credit Solutions. Today, I just wanted to talk about something that a lot of people ask me, and it is, Juliana, should I put my property under a trust, under a company, or should I put it under my own name or in joint names, right? Now, everyone's situation is very different. It all depends on your investment strategy. If you're thinking of rent vesting, so renting where you live and investing, then I would say a company or a trust structure would work well for you. But then you have to have a chat with your tax accountant just to make sure that you understand what this means. Because having a property inside a trust will hold all the depreciation and all the negative gearing inside the trust or the company. So you can't actually take it out, like you can't offset it against your other income. Whilst if the property is under your own name, you can offset any property losses against your other income and reduce your taxes. So why do people really do this? Why, if it's not that beneficial for tax purposes, why do they put it in a company or a trust? At this point in time, the company or the trust structure works as a sort of like a shell or a protection kind of thing. So you are protecting yourself from any liability that could happen within that property. So a company structure or trust structure will allow you to possibly borrow more in the future. Now, this isn't always true, but you will be able to be outside certain government regulations like National Consumer Credit Protection Act. And what that does is that you sort of become like a sophisticated investor. And then if you need to borrow more and more and more and more for the next property and the next property and the next property, you may be able to do it. However, I can't guarantee that you will be able to do it, but there is a high chance that you might. If you put all the properties in your own name, what will happen is that you will exhaust your borrowing capacity. At some point, you won't be able to borrow any more money. Even if the property is yielding some rent, the rent would have to be really high for you to be able to offset your rental income against the borrowing capacity that the calculation that the banks use. The banks use a very high figure for repayments and a very low figure for rent. So they will discount the rent that you're getting and they will increase the repayments, and they will say, okay, so we're gonna stretch test you, and if you can make your repayments based on these amounts, then yes, we're gonna lend you money. If not, then sorry, bye-bye, go look for another option. So we don't want that to happen. That's why people use trust and company structures. You do need some accountant advice for this, so don't just go ahead. This is just general advice. This is what generally happens, and there is a lot to know about a trust structure or a company structure. If, however, you are buying your first home, I would not recommend a company structure, because what will happen is you will be giving up all the government incentives that are happening at the moment. If it goes well within your whole strategy, so you want to work with a robust strategy, just make sure that you have this strategy in place before you start your property investment journey.